Hey everyone, Emp here, bringing you another Node.js tutorial. In this one we're going to learn how to upload images to our server from the client. So as we can see, I have right here my folder and I have an empty uploads folder, so there's nothing in it yet. So that's where we're going to be putting our files to upload. Okay, so let's make my package.json as usual. And start is going to be the same as before. Because once again, we have a server and then the client is in the browser rather than in a separate process that's Node. Okay, let's make ourselves an upload.html file. And it's going to be pretty simple. It's not going to be styled or anything. We can always do that if you want, but it's not necessary for this anyway. Our body is only going to have one thing in it. It's going to have a form. The encoding type is going to be multi-part form data. Our method is going to be post. And our action is going to be upload with a slash in front of it. Within our form, we're going to have two inputs, a file, and let's just call it file, it doesn't really matter, and a submit. Upload. And that's it for upload.html. So now let's make our server. However, I'd like to point out that this multi-part form data is very important. If you don't have that, you won't be able to post actual files to your server. Okay, so I'm going to install some things. Install -save. Express you're already familiar with. Body parser you're already familiar with. But I'm also going to install Express file upload. There are apparently a lot of ways to do file uploading, but most of them are no longer supported in the new version of Express. However, this one works, so I recommend using this one. If you have another way to work it, then I'd love to hear about it, or you're free to use it yourself, however you like. Okay. I'm gonna get Express just as per usual. I'm going to get body parser as per usual. I'm also going to get file upload from my Express file upload. And I'm also going to get path. This is something you don't need to include or install. It should be there already with Node. Var server equals express server.use body parser.url encoded extended false server.use body parser.json. And then we're going to use server.use file upload. Okay. Then we are going to create our get requests handler for upload. Response. And for this one, we're just going to send the file. Dir name plus upload.html. On the post, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, though. It's also going to be called upload, but because it's post, it's something different, and that's when we're allowed to do that. So we're going to say first, if there's no files, then we'll res.send no file uploaded. And this is just to check and see if somebody submits the form without any files on there. Else we have something, so we're going to say var file equals rec.files.file. And why is it .file? Because in upload.html we called it file. Then we're going to say var extension equals path.xname file.name. And I'm getting the extension here because I want to allow only images to be uploaded, not just regular files. So let's see how that works. I'm going to say if extension does not equal .png and extension does not equal GIF and extension does not, oops. There we go. Does not equal JPEG. Then we're going to res.send only images are allowed. And otherwise we have a good image. So we're going to say file.mv because it's right now it's in a temporary place. And if you don't do anything with it, it's going to disappear after this. So we're going to actually move it to somewhere on our server, and that place is going to be the uploads folder. So move to dir name plus uploads plus file.name so that we have the final name of it. And then we have to give a function there for error to see if it works or not. If there's an error, it's our fault, not theirs. So we're going to res.status 500, which means that there's a server error. And then we're going to send the error itself. Else res.send file uploaded. Oops. There we go. Okay. Now all we have to do is make our server listen. Console.log upload server listening on port 3000. Okay. Let's see how it works. npm start. There's my upload server listening. And now I'm going to go to localhost 3000/upload. Here's my lovely, very well-styled form. So I can choose my file. I'm going to pick a mega absol. Why not? And let's say upload. File uploaded. Oh my god. Yay. Let's see what happened. I do indeed in here have a picture of a Mega Absol uploaded to my folder. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens if I try to upload something that's not an image. Choose file. Something about Dijkstra. Upload. Only images are allowed, so it's working just like we want it to. Now you can allow whatever kind of extensions you want. You can also limit how big a file size you want. If you do right here in this file upload, we give it an object that says limits file size. Let's say 50 times 1024 times 1024. And that may seem really big, but it's actually only 50 megs because this is in byte size. Okay. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be able to upload an image. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.